Yeah, I'm very proud of the guys for the win. It's a really good football team we beat. They always are. Most times we play them, it's a battle just like this. So, for us to make the plays we did to get the win, I'm very proud of that. But just really sloppy in all phases, penalties, communication. I felt like we never really got into a rhythm, especially offensively. And it's the same old story for 3 weeks in a row now, just the self-inflicted wounds that we take pride in around here, for playing disciplined football in every phase, and just didn't get it. So I'm happy with the win. I didn't like how Michigan Tech played football today, as a whole. So that part was a little bit disappointing, but the guys got to win. At some point, we will all smile and enjoy it because winning's not easy. We all know that. But at the same time, a little bit frustrated with some of the stuff that we did today from guys that you don't expect it from. And that part was the toughest. So we'll get it corrected and move on.
Talk about getting off to a quick start, driving down the field and scoring on your first drive as opposed to having to battle from behind.
Yeah, I thought from Monday's practice through the beginning of this game, the way that our guys approached the week, the way we showed up today, it's our first noon kick as well, so I thought our guys were ready to go. I loved our mentality. We executed on that first drive at an efficient rate and obviously put points on the board. And then the defense obviously kept them off the board until late in the game. So we did a lot of really good things. We needed to start fast. The guys knew that. And, I thought we did that for the most part. I just, there's some other outside things that we can control that got away from us a little bit, and that part needs to get better.
Talk about the short drive that leads to the kind of the score that gives you the advantage you really need to finish this game off. But how important was it to first off get that return from Willis and then be able to finish off that drive?
Yeah, obviously D. Will's electric whenever he's got the football in his hands. The guys did a nice job creating a crease, and he obviously, what did he use, 66 yards or whatever it was, put us in position. Unfortunately on that drive, we tried to take a shot on second down and short, and end up missing where we were supposed to be with our eyes, and then tried a field goal that we didn't make, which would have made it a 3-score game at that point. But Mettlach's not a kicker, so he did an incredible job today. But we were asking a lot from a guy that doesn't normally play that position. So you get a 70-yard kick return and then come away with no points. It's we shouldn't be relying on the kicker at that point anyway. So that part to me is frustrating, and I think we are explosive enough offensively, especially at the skill spots, that you get a short field like that, you got to be able to put a team away and not rely on the kicker. I don't care who it is at that point, but it didn't happen, and thankfully the defense was able to hold up, and we gave up the one obviously, but never ever felt like there was severe pressure at that point. I thought our guys did a nice job of keeping them in front of them and physical when we got to the football. So proud of the guys for that.
Debo comes up with a 24-yard catch on the one for the touchdown. How nice is it to get him involved in the offense and in scoring and play like that?
Well, very important. I mean, he's obviously a focal point of the offense for the 4th year in a row now. So anytime we can get him involved early, Champney, the same thing. We got Mishy some really touches as well. All those guys get a chance to get into the game at that point. And on the one that D. Will scored on, there's nobody by him. He better score on that one. So, but having said that, we go back to those same calls out of different personnel groupings, and there are still opportunities there for us to take advantage of, and we just didn't. So that part, it's got to get fixed, and we will. It's just. We got to continue to rep it. We got a lot of stuff that we're doing right now with the skill group, whether it be motions or formations, routes that we're doing, and that's on me as much as anybody. Maybe we got too much in, for the Q or whoever to get through progression. So we'll continue to coach those guys up and be better for it down the road. But to answer your question, obviously when Darius can touch the football early, that's always good.
Champney makes that catch in the end zone where he's got to get over that defender. The play between him and Alex seems to be, when you guys need it most, it comes through for you.
Yeah, and again, right, that's at the quarter change, so they're asking for it at the timeout, and that's something that obviously is a luxury and something that we can lean on when you got guys like that are asking for the football and then go execute it. That's obviously a big time play right there, and it's nothing fancy with the call. It's two guys just making a play at that point. The two plays before that, we felt like we had creases and opportunities in the run game to get in and just didn't. So, fortunate enough to be able to have those kind of guys on the outside that can go make a play in a huge moment at that point to make it a 3-score game.
They get the one touchdown back, and the defense shuts it down from there. How important is it to get those guys playing with that kind of confidence right now where they can shut a team down like this in that moment? Yeah,
it's obviously very huge for them to play that way. I don't think our guys at any point didn't have confidence. I felt like we thought defensively that was what we were capable of doing, was shutting them down or shutting them out at that point. Again, right, whether it's penalties, MAs up front on the offense, whatever, right? You let a guy behind you in a 3rd and long situation, that is a discipline issue in terms of executing what our job is at that point. So, there's nobody in our locker room that's upset with a 21-6 win, but our guys are competitive to the point where to give that one up to break a shutout is what the competitive leaders in our defensive huddle are going to be upset with, because it's inexcusable at that point to let something get behind you, and unfortunately we did. So we talked about it before the game. We talked about it during the week that we've got to be able to play whatever it is, 70 snaps. You can't just take one off and play 69. If it's 70 snaps, we got to play on every single down, regardless of what the situation is. That stuff is what's frustrating. Again, very happy for our football team that we got a win. I just didn't like how sloppy we were, whether that be for one play or 10 plays. It's just stuff that we do not need to do to ourselves.
I know this is a question we're kind of talking about every week, but how do you stop those penalties, like especially the one with the late hit there, in the first half, and get away from those kinds of things and get back to playing Michigan football? Yeah,
the easy thing is to obviously say don't hit somebody late, right? But at the same time, you're playing 100 miles an hour, you're competitive. Schlicks was a 3rd down deal, and, you're chasing a cue. You're not necessarily looking at the ground where you're at. And, again, uncharacteristic of that guy. He didn't do anything with intent or to be malicious. He's playing hard football. Unfortunately, he's off the field, and we get called for it. The one with Pierce, inexcusable. That is something that we can control. And the one at the end of the game, that was a tough call.
On the positive, you've got a 2-game winning streak now to finish up non-conference play before you get into conference play. Where do you feel like this group is at?
You know what? I love where we're at with the mentality and intention, with what we're trying to get done. But if you were to go watch our 3 games, we play incredible football in the first half of Bemidji, don't finish it off. Last week, we didn't show up till the middle of the 3rd quarter. We ended up getting a win. Today, I thought our guys showed up and we played really good football in the first half. We just didn't execute at high of a level as I wanted to offensively, and then you get the breakdown on defense. So it's kind of, we're on the roller coaster right now. It's a long season. Obviously, when you win football games, it's a lot easier to go in on Monday and get things corrected. But our guys need to start buying into taking pride in doing our jobs to the best ability that we can do them if we're going to continue to win games. Because, again, right, whether it's mistakes in week 1, 2, or what we had today, at some point that's going to come back to bite us, and then you're taking a long bus ride home with self-inflicted wounds being the reason why you didn't get it done. So I'm confident that we will get it corrected. We've got enough pride in our locker room with our staff. The guy that you're going to talk to next, right, being one of those guys that will make sure that it gets corrected. But it's just it cannot be me coming up here week after week talking about the self-inflicted wounds and then it not come back to hurt us. At some point, it's got to get corrected, and that starts obviously from the top all the way down.